Hi, my name is Chris Martin. My journey began back in 2010 in this state when we went legal here for cannabis. My wife and I were both legal patients and caregivers. We were allowed to grow 12 plants each, in which we did. The problem with that is the law stated at that time that if you had over 12 plants or over your allotted amount, which is 2.5 ounces of finished product, you were in direct violation or out of compliance. So my wife and I were raided in 2012 for making edibles. Once we went to court and fought these cases, these charges, we spent about 4 years in court doing so. And we realized very quickly that there weren't many people on our side, on the court side of things. So after 4 years of fighting our case, we decided that, coming out with a book and a documentary to expose a lot of the corruption on the court side and to expose some of these laws for what they really are was so important. That's why we did it. We felt it was necessary. The biggest issue with this situation, in my opinion, is the aftermath. My son, who is now 14, was 6 years old in our raid. In that raid, he had a barrel of an AR-15 shoved in his face, and the PTSD that he suffers from that now doesn't allow him to attend public school. Every time my wife and I have tried to drop him off and leave him at school, he leaves the schoolroom. He walks out. He's worried that if we get raided, there won't be anyone there for him to get picked up by. He's worried about, all kinds of things that come along with that raid. So those are some of the reasons why we get involved on this level in activism and advocate and speak for people. It's because there's many people who can't. There's still people locked up today who can't, and that's what this message is all about. So yeah, I was sentenced to 2 years eventually over my case after looking at 127 years. So 2 years was really nothing. I could do that on my head. But since I've come home, we've done a lot of neat stuff, and that's what this is really about. Is about trying to get our family home, our locked up prisoners, the felons that are in jail right now. Let's get them home and show them what life's like afterwards. So we've started a few different things. We have ZonkaMiles.org, which is a nonprofit geared towards inmates of the drug war and felons of this cannabis drug-fueled fight, and we want to take it a step farther. So we've linked up with Leaf Academy and Sonia Gomez, and she's donated 10 classes to our nonprofit, which is ZonkaMiles.org. Our nonprofit is geared towards inmates that are coming home from prison for drug charges and kids that are turning 18 and going to age out of this system. That's what we're geared to do. We're geared to help those people. After meeting with Sonia Gomez on the podcast this morning, she donated 10 classes, which has a value of $6,000 per class. Now, this class includes mentorship. This class includes product development, and actually you're creating your own product line so you can start your own business and be on your own 2 feet. Those are the kinds of people that we are linking with and the types of advocacy and nonprofit work that we're doing to make a change, to make a difference. We understand that, there are so many people out there in the same position that need this help. That's why it's time to get on board with ZonkaMiles.org and help us out. We've also worked on a couple different programs. One's called Convicted Creations. Convicted Creations is a cookbook and a cooking show. The cooking show is based on prison food. I don't know if you've heard of tamale Doritos or ice cream in the dryer or any of that good stuff like that, but that's the stuff we focus on. I wrote a book showing people how to make that stuff. I also did a cooking show. So if you go to Convicted Creations on YouTube and look us up, there's 14 episodes that will show you exactly what it's about. Now, if you've been to prison or jail and have a story or a recipe that you want to show us and want to get on TV and make, then hit us up at trey@wecrushthebox.com. That's my agent. Or just go straight to Hempfulfarms@gmail and hit me up. We'll get you booked. We'll get a schedule. We're getting ready to start filming season 2. That also brings me to Coloring Books for Convicts. Coloring Books for Convicts was a program started by me in prison. It's a nonprofit program where we sell inmates hobbycraft and artwork for no expense. It just puts money on the books of the person who designed the artwork or the hobbycraft. And it's my way of giving back. It's my way of making sure that those inmates aren't forgotten, that their families still feel the love coming from mom or dad that's been locked up. And that's important to me. I know how hard it was to feel like a man and a father trying to help take care of my family when I had no income and I was locked down and trapped. Yet I still felt responsible to take care of them because it was my choices and fault and reasons for being there. So this is my way of giving back, and this was a way for me to start a nonprofit to help those inmates that really need it. I don't think people understand what it's like when you're in prison and you don't have any money. You can't make phone calls. You don't have any visits. You can't go to the store and buy pencils and envelope. You're limited a lot. It's funny, even in prison, there's hierarchy. There's even levels of, income in there. So if you don't have any, then you don't have any privileges and you don't have any contacts. So that's really what this is about too. We want to make sure that those people have those abilities, the same abilities as everyone else. Just because you were convicted of a drug offense doesn't mean you should be sentenced to life. We all understand no one should be in jail for a plan. That's why we do this too. So really, we want to take the time to thank Lee Estes and SDZ.today for allowing this platform and allowing us to come on and speak and talk about what's important to us. We understand there's going to be glitches, and it's okay, Lee. We work with you, man. We have glitches every day. We've been in business 9 years, so we love you very much. And just know that our nonprofit, ZonkaMiles.org, is always available to get involved. That's really what we're about, is the activism and the advocacy. If you want to get in touch or let us know, how you want to get involved with any of our programs, please contact me, 602-368-6922, or like I said, Chris@ZonkaMiles.org. That would help tremendously. We just want to take a little bit of time and say thank you to a few people. Trey with GCM Media, who's always sponsored us and helped us out on these journeys, who helped produce Convicted Creations, the book and the book and the cooking show. I want to say thank you. He supports the dream and the journey and understands what many of us, like me, in this position have been through. So definitely them and Zonka. I want to say thank you to Zonka. Zonka is amazing. They're the company that I went to prison for, but now is back up and running. They also help sponsor a lot of things, and they really like to work with the community. So there's lots of ways for you to get in touch with us, Hempfulfarms, Zonka, all of our nonprofit stuff. Just make sure you utilize it. If there's an inmate that you have in jail, or if there's someone that you want us to reach out to and write a letter or whatever it is, please reach out to us. That's exactly what we do. That's why we're here. So thank you for listening. Thank you for getting online. Thank you for all of the activists and help to make this whole process happen and the showcase happen. Thank you to HempFest and all the organizations out there that are still helping our inmates. Thank you, POW 420 and THSI. We appreciate all you guys, every one of you guys that are out there working for the inmates. Amy Cando, Stephanie Landa with Freedom Grow, all you guys. We couldn't do this without you. If there's any way that Hempfulfarms, Zonka, the Chris Martin story, Haters Make Me Famous, any of us, if we can get involved, please let us know. And also, for any of you in the Kansas area that are going to be in the Topeka area on Labor Day weekend, on September 1st, over at the Blue Moose in Topeka, we're going to have a meet and greet from 6 to 9. I'm doing a book signing for One Life and Convicted Creations. Afterwards, the very next day, at the Jayhawk Theater, the historic Jayhawk Theater, we will be selling tickets for $15 to come preview my premiere of my documentary, Haters Make Me Famous. All the proceeds will be going to restore the Jayhawk Theater. This is my hometown, this is my home state, and this is my way of giving back. So if you can get out and meet us there in Topeka, you might see people like Edward Fortune, the New Jersey Weed Man. Sonia Gomez is going to be there. Trey Goodman's going to be there. We've got a lot of neat people showing up just to attend this. Some of my old friends since grade school. So please come out and join us. Thank you for all the support, guys, and let us know if there's any way we can help out and support any of the endeavors that are taking place with SDZ TV. We're involved. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.